Come check out the brand new Castellax models for the Thousand Suns. Spiky Bits. What's up, Hobby Maniacs? Rob Baer with you again today. Checking out some new Forge World goodies. This is the new Castellax, we'll say Achea, coming at you model for the Thousand Suns. Now, normally, yes, this is a Mechanicum model, but you know, the T-Suns are some special snowflakes. They get what they want sometimes, and of course, they have this part, you know, demonly, I don't want to say demon, but psychically attuned Mechanicum robot here that, of course, if you've read some of the novels, you kind of know what happens, you know, towards the end when Leman Russ comes to pay a visit on Prospero, but they're still good in games of Horus Heresy. Now, of course, the rules have changed that we have 8th edition 40k. Everything's getting a little tweaked, I imagine, here in the near future, so currently we're having to remember 2 different sets of rules when we review these Horus Heresy, I don't want to say old, but these Horus Heresy rule set models here. Now, this particular model here is $40 or 40 pounds, so that clocks in at, you know, about $52 US, give or take, so around $50-$55 depending on which way the wind's blowing right here. So again, there are normal Castellax models for the Mechanicum out there already, but this is a special one for the Thousand Suns, and it has rules in the new Inferno book that came out in February for these guys here. Now let's zoom in and take a look at the instructions and see what's so special about this particular Castellax robot or automaton. So you can see here it's still about the same size, and it still has some of the, you know, design elements, this whole kind of like top and bottom kind of robot-y feel that was kind of pulled over from the old 90s robots there. And you get the 2 different feet, one that's kind of pushing up and one that's flat there. A couple of different things here. You've got, what is this, 14, those are your scarab emblems. You know, of course, the styling of the main chest area is a little bit different. Also, the Mauler bolt cannon, which I think this is. Is this the one it comes with? The barrel spikes? Oh no, this is the Aether flame cannon it comes with. So it doesn't come with your normal Mauler bolt cannon. It comes with the upgrade Aether flame cannon for this model right here. Now, you can take the Mauler bolt cannon. Of course, that's what the normal Castellax robots come with. If you buy them for the Mechanicum, let's see, attach the 20 fuel tank to the Aether flame cannon. You'll need to bend part. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty standard. We know that we're gonna have to bend this piece, heat it up, and bend it to kind of fit into here. That's I didn't see the Mauler bolt cannon, so maybe it doesn't come with one. Now it doesn't look like it does. There's your fuel tank. Here's, of course, the exploded view of it. There's your fuel tank. There's your flame cannon. There's your wire right there, and of course it's got the crazy looking claws here. You get the extra foot pad depending on which one you want to go with, and the normal styling of all of the Castellax robots have, except for this one's going to be ported over kind of in the Thousand Suns format. Now, of course, you get your 65mm round base right there, and tons of parts. So here's your feet pads. Again, great styling. You can tell they're a little bit more updated. I think they're doing these on a computer because those little gates right there are very symmetrical, so I'd be very surprised if this particular model hasn't been ported over to the computer and now is getting that whole update right there. So this is the one that's pushing off. You can see right there it's pushing off on the heel, and then these ones are flat right there. So there's a couple of the parts, and then you've got the 2 legs. Maybe 2 legs. Yep, 2 legs. So here's your 2 legs right here. And great looking styling. You can definitely see that there is some trim, you know, to be had there. Normal chaos-y kind of trim. What's chaos without a little bit of trim on there? So there's those. Of course, that's the upside down. Those are the hip those are the hip joints. There you go. And we got, okay, well, here's the etheric flame cannon thingamabobber, so you can tell this is pretty fresh looking, like really cool detail right there. I like these, I don't even know what these, let's see, what is there another piece that goes in? Oh yeah, there's a focusing kind of, so it's gonna be this kind of deal, so it's like, kind of like not a trident, but kind of like a quad type turret or barrel, I guess you know, foci, some sort of thing right there. Pick a word and we'll go with it. And then you've got, of course, really great exhaust ports and detail work all up in here. And then there's, of course, the power cable, or the, I guess that's the fuel line rather, that goes up to that. And then there should be a fuel tank in here. Yeah, here's the pressurized fuel tank that they're talking about in the instructions right there. And this mounts on the back, and then that hose, it connects to that. And of course this hose connects to the back there. And a couple of claws for the fist. And then here's your shoulder emblems, which you can see right here. Very good detail, lots of shoulder emblems, a couple of sockets there. I don't know what this piece is. Oh, this is for the bolt cannon, or this is for the flame cannon, or the bolt cannon. The swivel for it on the back right there. Yeah, what else we got? A couple more pieces here. Nothing too indistinguishable. Some of the feet, ankle joint things. We've seen those in the past, of course. On all the Castellax robots. More, here's the hands with the built-in bolter. Remember, these guys actually have built-in bolter, and you can take the special rounds that you can reroll to wound with if you upgrade it. I forget how many points it is. So there's 2 of those. Oh, shred, that's what it is. Reroll to wound. I'm trying to, all these rules are starting to come back to me now for 7th edition. So here's the front, groin, and hip kind of sockets right there. And over here, we've got part of the chest area. Actually, I think it goes, yeah, like that. And then there's some of the arm sockets that you're gonna lock things into once you figure out what weapons, or excuse me, once you figure out the positioning that you're gonna want your claws. Remember, they're gonna have the bolters on top. And let's see, here is the front. You can see great styling in there, and there's the back. You can put the there's the mount for the cannon, and then I believe the cannon locks into, let's see this, so that goes up top. The cannon will go, or the fuel tank for the cannon will go right there on the back. And there's those two studs that locks into. So great looking styling there. Oops, great looking styling there. And then of course the reactor kind of centerpiece is going to be this right here when it locks underneath. So you can't really see it because of that huge piece, chunk of resin right there. But that is pretty much the whole model itself. Here, to give you an idea for the styling, while I grab the rule book, we start talking about that. Now, first off, the Mauler bolt cannon is a standard weapon, like I said, for the Castellax automatons, whatever you want to call them. Strength 6, 3 shots, AP 3, I think 36-inch range. I think that's the standard for it. A lot of the Castellax and the Domitar patterns have those various potencies there. Here you can see the Special Thousand Suns rules that are out of Inferno book. Let's zoom out a little bit on that so you can kind of get a better idea of all the special rules, because there's actually quite a bit of special rules for this bad boy right here, but nothing too awfully crazy. So 135 here, it's got a ton of special rules that we talked about. Of course, the It Will Not Die, and you're fearless, and you have rage, so you're going to get extra attacks on the charge. So already clocking in at 2 attacks. Remember, +1 for charging back in the day, plus rage. So I believe that's 4 attacks. Again, already getting rusty on my 7th edition. Now you can have the, what is that, Asflex? I don't know how to say that one right there, but that's the Mauler pattern bolt cannon with the shells that allow you to reroll. They have the shred special rule that allow you to reroll. That's part of your Legion special rules here. Skrillex shells, we'll call them Skrillex shells. Right here, weapons using Skrillex shells gain the shred type. Booyah. Let's see, there are 10 points extra for upgrade, and some restrictions on what can have them and how many points right there, but you can check that out in the Inferno book itself. But back to the unit in question. So it does have the Mauler pattern bolt cannon. That's the thing on the side. You can upgrade it to the Aether Flame cannon, which we'll show you in a sec. 2 power claws, each with inbuilt bolter, with the Skrillex shells and a refractor field built in. Side control matrix. Remember, you got to have somebody, you know, babysitting this thing within a certain amount of distance, or else you just kind of go stupid, kind of like your old rolling a 1 to wound for your stupidity check. Now this, even with safeguards, at least 1 unit with a psychic mastery level of 1 within 24 inches, it can do normal. If this is not the case, it cannot charge, run, or sweep in advance. It can still make shooting attacks normally and fight in combat if already engaged. The Castellax may fire 3 weapons in the shooting phase. It is also a side locus, so you can use that as the origin of Witchfire special rules, I believe it is. The origin point of the power, drawing a line of sight and range from it rather than the selves. If a Legion of Astartes Thousand Sun miniature or a model is casting a just a psychic power, it looks like. And if any Psyker of any kind, friend or foe, suffers perils of war within 12, roll a separate leadership test for the Castellax. If failed, the unit in question suffers D6 wounds with no armor save or invulnerable save possible. And it is destroyed at also a reactor blast detonates right down here. So it can be a very risky proposition for that bad boy right there. Now here's the Aether Fire Cannon, which is a little bit different from the Mauler Bolt Cannon. 36-inch range, strength 7, AP2, heavy 1 blast. Soul Blaze gets hot. Lots of rules right there. Of course, people always seem to forget Soul Blaze. I know I do when I play. Don't be a stupid. Remember your Soul Blaze for sure. And it looks like any model in the Thousand Suns army that's equipped with a plasma cannon can switch to the Aether Fire Cannon. So it's basically a makeshift plasma cannon, which you can already tell from the stats right there. So overall, not too bad. 135 points. From what I remember from 7th edition, that's not too shabby for a little kind of mini Dreadnought. I mean, we know today that Dreadnoughts are toughness 7 with a, toughness 7, toughness 8 for the old previously armored 13 ones with roughly 7 to 8 wounds right here. Now, they're a little bit different on points cost for sure. So they're clocking in right around that points cost plus weapons. So overall, I mean, they're technically more, but so maybe like 100 points more. So you're paying 100 points for a similar stat line with, you know, something in 8th edition 40k right there. So this was kind of a precursor of sorts. It does count as a monstrous creature and not, you know, a vehicle like Dreadnoughts do now. But we all know the differences between 8th and 7th edition, and that's just something to definitely mention right there. So that's about it for this one. Thanks for sticking in there as we muddle through some 7th edition to 8th edition rules, and there's, of course, the fantastic cover to the Inferno Horus Heresy Black Book. One of my personal favorites just for the stories itself right there. Now, if you like our video features here on this channel, make sure to subscribe to us and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like or thumbs up and comment on our videos here, and head on over to thelongwar.net. That's the home of the battle reports for exclusive content, early access videos, and more. Become a veteran of the Long War today.